Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate today, starting with the Detroit Tigers versus the Miami Marlins. Marlins opening up as home favorites at -150. Detroit plus 135 with the over-under at 7. Detroit coming into this matchup 46 and 57. The Marlins 55 and 48. Pitching for Detroit is Reese Olson with an ERA of 4.53. Pitching for the Marlins is Braxton Garrett with an ERA of 4.32. Olson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Garrett, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Detroit on a 3-game losing streak, coming off 3 straight losses against LA. Miami, they really haven't played that much better. They're 2-8 in their last 10. They haven't looked that great here. A pretty even pitching matchup on the mound. I think Garrett's probably been a little bit worse on the mound for the Marlins, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Tigers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Baltimore Orioles. Yankees opening up as road favorites at -120. Baltimore plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 54 and 48. Baltimore 62 and 40. Pitching for the Yankees is Garrett Cole with an ERA of 2.78. Pitching for Baltimore is Grayson Rodriguez with an ERA of 6.91. Cole, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Yankees, coming off a Mets win. Baltimore, coming off a 2-game losing streak here. The Yankees, 1-6 on the road, haven't been the best on the road right now. Cole's been very good on the mound this season. Just looking at, Rodriguez, he's definitely had rough starts on the mound this season for Baltimore. Hasn't been the greatest. I still like Baltimore at home. With the Yankees struggling on the road, I think Baltimore is a good underdog here. If Rodriguez can just play a semi-decent game, I think they'll be fine here. And I like Baltimore plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -155. The Pirates plus 140 with the over-under at 8.5. Phillies coming into this matchup 55 and 47. The Pirates 45 and 57. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 3.80. Pitching for the Pirates is Mitch Keller with an ERA of 4.01. Wheeler, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 8 strikeouts. Keller, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Phillies on a 2-game winning streak, coming off a couple Baltimore wins. The Pirates coming off a Padres win. The Phillies are 6-1 against Pittsburgh, 5-0 on the road against the Pirates here. And I like Wheeler on the mound here. Keller coming off 2 horrible starts on the mound, and I think I'm going to roll with the Phillies on the road. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at -190. LA plus 155 with the over-under at 8.5. Angels coming into this matchup 54 and 49. Toronto 57 and 46. Pitching for the Angels is Lucas Giolito with an ERA of 3.79. Pitching for the Blue Jays is Kevin Gausman with an ERA of 3.18. Giolito, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. LA did just acquire Giolito in a trade here, so he will be making his start today. Gausman, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 9 strikeouts. The Angels playing well, 8-2 in their last 10 on a 4-game winning streak. Toronto coming off an LA win. LA 6-1 on the road against Toronto here. I like the Angels. They're playing great baseball right now, and I think they're a good underdog here. And I'm gonna take Angels plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Washington plus 170 with the over-under at 8.5. Washington coming into this matchup 43-60. The Mets 48-54. Pitching for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 4.37. Pitching for the Mets is Max Scherzer with an ERA of 4.20. Gore, his last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Scherzer, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Washington losing to the Mets yesterday 2-1. The Mets, they've really just struggled hitting. Offensively, the Mets have just looked horrible. Really got lucky late last night to be able to get the bases loaded and get a run in. But Scherzer hasn't been that great on the mound lately. He's given up 10 runs in his last 3 starts here. Gore, 2 of his last 3 games, he has not allowed a run. I think I'm going to take the Nationals plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at minus 175. The Brewers plus 150 with the over-under at 10. Brewers coming into this matchup 57-46. The Braves 64-36. Pitching for the Brewers is Adrian Hauser with an ERA of 3.86. Pitching for the Braves is Yanni Chirinos with an ERA of 4.02. Hauser, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 3 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Chirinos, his last start, he pitched 5 innings. Gave up 8 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The Brewers coming off a Reds win. Braves coming off back-to-back Boston losses. Braves have been struggling here, 3-7 in their last 10. Haven't really been playing well. Chirinos coming off a horrible game on the mound. Hauser's been pretty consistent here, been pretty solid. With the Braves struggling here, I think I'm going to take a shot with the Brewers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Minnesota Twins versus the Kansas City Royals. Twins opening up as road favorites at minus 165. The Royals plus 140 with the over-under at 9.5. Twins coming into this matchup 54-50. The Royals 29-75. Pitching for the Twins is Sonny Gray with an ERA of 3.07. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 5.55. Gray, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Singer, his last start, he pitched 6 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Minnesota on a 2-game losing streak here, coming off back-to-back Seattle losses. The Royals 2-8 in their last 10. They're really struggling here. Minnesota 9-1 against the Royals, where they've been very good. Gray's been good on the mound this season. Is coming off a couple rough first starts on the mound here, but I still think I'm going to roll with the Twins on the road. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Houston Astros. Rays opening up as road favorites at minus 110. Houston plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Rays coming into this matchup 62-43. The Astros 58-45. Pitching for the Rays is Shane McClanahan with an ERA of 2.89. Pitching for the Astros is Christian Javier with an ERA of 4.32. McClanahan, his last start, he pitched 4 innings. Gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Javier, his last start, he pitched 2 innings. He pitched 5 innings. Gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Tampa Bay 2-8 in their last 10. Tampa Bay playing horrible baseball in this little stretch they're on. Houston coming off a Rangers loss. Tampa Bay 2-8 against Houston here. Yeah, with the Rays struggling, I'm going to take Astros plus 1.5 at home. All right, next matchup, we've got the Oakland Athletics versus the Colorado Rockies. Rockies opening up as home favorites at minus 130. Oakland plus 115 with the over-under at 11. Oakland coming into this matchup 28-76. The Rockies 40-62. Pitching for Oakland is J.P. Sears with an ERA of 4.11. Pitching for the Rockies is Kyle Freeland with an ERA of 4.72. Sears, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. Freeland, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 0 strikeouts. Oakland on a 3-game losing streak here. Colorado on a 2-game losing streak. Oakland just 3-7 against Colorado, 0-6 on the road. Not in love with this matchup here, but I do like the Rockies, and I'll take Colorado at home. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Seattle opening up as road favorites at minus 130. Arizona plus 110 with the over-under at 9. Seattle coming into this matchup 52-50. Arizona 55-48. Pitching for Seattle is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 3.88. Pitching for Arizona is Tommy Henry with an ERA of 4.01. Gilbert, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Henry, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Seattle coming off back-to-back Minnesota wins. Arizona 1-6 in their last 7. They've definitely been struggling a bit here. Seattle is 6-2 against Arizona, where they've played well. I like the Mariners here. Arizona just not playing well right now, and I'm going to take the Mariners on the road. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at minus 165. The Rangers plus 140 with the over-under at 8.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 60-43. The Padres 49-54. Pitching for the Rangers is Dane Dunning with an ERA of 3.18. Pitching for the Padres is Joe Musgrove with an ERA of 3.25. Dunning, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. Musgrove, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Rangers coming off a Houston win. Padres coming off a Pirates loss. Rangers 0-8 against the Padres. They have not been able to beat the Padres here, which is kind of crazy with how good the Rangers have been. I just still think they're a great underdog. Even though they haven't been able to beat the Padres, they're definitely capable of beating the Padres here. Padres haven't been playing very great, and I'm still going to take a shot with the Rangers plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at minus 230. The Reds plus 190 with the over-under at 9.5. Reds coming into this matchup 56-48. The Dodgers 58-43. Pitching for the Reds is Brandon Williamson with an ERA of 4.60. Pitching for the Dodgers is Bobby Miller with an ERA of 4.28. Williamson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Miller, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Reds coming off a Brewers loss. LA coming off a Toronto loss. The Reds, that's why they're big underdogs. They're 2-10 against the Dodgers. 0-5 on the road against the Dodgers here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Even though the Reds just haven't been able to beat the Dodgers, I just think there's such a good value here. Getting big plus money, and they've still been playing great, and I just think I'm going to take Reds plus 1.5 on the road. It's definitely a winnable game here. I know they haven't been able to beat the Dodgers, but big plus money. Reds are, if not just as good as the Dodgers right now. I'll take Reds plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at -145. Boston +125 with the over-under at 7.5. Boston coming into this matchup 55-47. The Giants 56-47. Pitching for Boston is Cutter Crawford with an ERA of 4.04. Pitching for the Giants is Logan Webb with an ERA of 3.68. Crawford, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Webb, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 6 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Boston on a 4-game winning streak right now. They're playing well. Giants coming off back-to-back Oakland wins. Boston 11-5 against the Giants here. 5-2 on the road against the Giants where they've played well. And I think they're a good underdog today. And I'm going to take the Red Sox +1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Chicago White Sox. Cleveland opening up as road favorites at -135. The White Sox +115 with the over-under at 10. Cleveland coming into this matchup 52-51. The White Sox 41-63. Pitching for the Guardians is Xavier Curry with an ERA of 2.98. His last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 1 run, had 1 strikeout. Pitching for the White Sox is Touki Toussaint with an ERA of 4.06. Guardians on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a 6-3 win against the White Sox yesterday. The White Sox 2-8 in their last 10. They're on a 6-game losing streak right now. Cleveland playing well, and I'm gonna take the Guardians on the road. Then the last matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Cubs opening up as road favorites at -115. The Cardinals +100 with the over-under at 8.5. Cubs coming into this matchup 51-51. The Cardinals 46-58. Pitching for the Cardinals is Jordan Montgomery with an ERA of 3.37. Currently don't know who's pitching for the Cubs, so we'll see when that info does get released. The Cubs playing well, 8-2 in their last 10. They're on a 6-game winning streak right now, playing great. Beat the Cardinals yesterday 10-3. They're 4-1 against St. Louis. I like the Cubs on the road in this one. They're playing well, got a big winning streak, and I'm gonna roll with Chicago on the road. That's gonna be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.